We set up good. Yeah, I think so. All right, you guys. So good evening. I'm very excited today because I'm releasing my first YouTube video ever. And yeah, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm from Texas, born and raised. I have experience in web development, software development, and I'm learning more about AI. Because right now, many of y'all have heard AI. Right now, it's a big deal in all over the world, to be honest. And right now is the gold rush for AI. So the reason I'm making this YouTube channel is I kind of want to make it more as a learning channel where people can learn and pull things from. Maybe I can motivate you and or show you things or two that maybe you don't know about, or you kind of want to learn but you don't know where to start. So yeah, so this YouTube channel hopefully helps people, and we can help each other, right? I have experience in sales. I have experience also in anything with technology related, right? To be honest, I'm really a geek for that. I love technology. So I have a master's degree in business analytics, and as well as I have a bachelor's degree in information systems. So technology has always been part of my life. But yeah, like I said, if hopefully this YouTube channel can help people, like I said, maybe start a business with AI or technology, or in general, or just with anything, right? Maybe it can motivate you to start something for yourself. Because one of the things and challenges that people like us face, and I say us because I took the school route. I went to school, and I managed to graduate with honors and everything. So it was a fun experience and journey. But many people are struggling right now finding jobs because they may say the field is saturated, or maybe you see a job post on LinkedIn, Indeed, and it says entry level with 5 years of experience. Like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're like, what 5 years of experience, but it says entry level, so hopefully with this YouTube channel, you can learn stuff from me, and maybe I can learn stuff from you. Who knows? The possibilities are endless, right? But yeah, so that's too much yapping already. Sorry about that, but to be honest, today we're just gonna be talking about ChatGPT, and how you can send emails with ChatGPT. Many of us know the platform ChatGPT, and many of us use it for daily life, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I use both Chrome and ChatGPT, and to be honest, ChatGPT's eventually is gonna replace Chrome for me. It's just gonna be my everyday thing. But yeah, I mean, it's many people are freaking out that AI may take over their jobs, but to be honest, what we need to do is adapt, right? Adapt, learn, and eventually be with the AI and use it for our own benefit, to we can adapt and have a future with anything that comes our way, right? So don't be against it, be with it, learn from it, and that's I feel like that's the key, right? But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT. Like I said, we're going to be using it as a developer, which, to be honest, is the same thing as using it regularly. It may sound tough because you're like, developer, oh shoot, Alan, I don't know how to develop. No, none of that. So it's really simple. It's really easy technique you can use, and maybe you can help a business with it. You can help your own company, or you can help somebody else's company, right? Or in your job, maybe you can show it to your boss, and you can get a raise. Who knows? Shit. And if you do get a raise, don't forget about me. Now, I'm kidding. But yeah, just this is a fun experience, a fun thing to learn, because you can do many things with it, right? And the way it works is ChatGPT, as a developer, connects with a MCP server that acts as a messenger, like a bridge that allows you to connect with other apps like Gmail, Google Sheets, and stuff like that. And you can use that with ChatGPT to send commands, to send an email, draft an email, or things like that. But I'll get more into it once we start this video. Like I said, I just want to introduce myself, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button, comment below if you have any like I said, anything that I missed or anything you may want me to try. We can always go from there. But thank you guys for first of all clicking on this video, and let's get to it. All right, you guys. So welcome back. Let's get to this. This is exciting right here. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, we're gonna be using ChatGPT for this, right? It's not really something out of this world that not no one can do. This is, like I said, pretty simple to do, and it will make you stand out. Maybe, like I said, in your company, right? Maybe you work for a company, and you want to facilitate their things without using no code, none of that, just fast and easy. You can lead them to this. because it works with Outlook, Gmail, and other platforms, like I said. So let's get to it. So it's pretty simple, right? First of all, first things first, we're gonna go here to the account settings, and we're gonna go to connectors. And usually here, it's gonna allow you to connect the what's it called, the Rube.app that we're gonna use, right? But first of all, first things first, before anything works, you're gonna make sure you're in developer mode, right? Which, like you saw, I went to connectors all the way to the bottom, advanced settings, and you'll go there, right? Once you do that, it'll allow you to create um, basically a new connector, which there you bring root.app from the platform itself. You'll bring it here. It's really simple. It's just using the link, and that's all it is. So let's go over here to root.app, and you're gonna have to create an account like usual, right? Sorry guys, my so super bright, super bright over here. Usually you sign in, you create an account. It's really fast and easy. It's like another chat GPT with this, and as you can see, it's with 500 plus apps on your chat, right? So you have a lot of apps, and you can use Cloud AI, Chat GPT, multiple, right? So let's go to dashboard, and over here, um, actually, you're gonna see all the apps that are currently connected, which is Gmail, Google Sheets, Google Drive. This is what I already have connected, but I'm gonna show you guys how to connect. It's fast and easy. Let's go ahead and let's say let's just connect Gmail, for example, so I can show you guys how to connect. Right. So first you enable the app and then you connect it. So it's really simple. Here you can see all the stuff that you can do with Gmail, the tasks, right? The tools that you can use. You can modify email labels, create email draft, create a label, delete draft, delete fetch message by message ID, get contacts, get people, um, get profile, list drafts. You kind of get the idea what we can do here. And at the end, right, we can search people, send drafts, and send emails, which is this is the cool thing, right? So yeah, so you can do a couple things here. So let's try to connect this account real quick. It'll take fast to connect. Like I said, it's fast and easy. You choose which email you want to connect it to, right? In our case, we're going to use our email. And yeah, so here it'll allow you 12 services. Composition already has some access, right? Because I already used it before, right? So it has access to all these things right here, right? So yeah, so you can access these things here. Um, and this app has permissions to read your emails, compose new emails, send emails. So make sure this is always checked out. Just like little boxes you can see that you can check out. But yeah, we're already connected here successfully. Now to install it, you go to install Root over here. It kind of looks like you're trying to install like an app to your computer, right? When I see that, I thought I was gonna install something on my computer, but that wasn't the case. So here, it actually even tells you right how to do it. So root.app itself tells you how to do it. But in our case, we're gonna learn on ourselves, right, based upon this video. So you just copy this link, very simple. I'm gonna go back to the connectors, right? Create, and you're gonna name your tool Rube. Let's name it Rube, because I already named a couple things 3.0, whatever, or Rube name main, right? This is Rube name. It's just your preference, I guess. And then you paste this email there, select this box, you create, and then it's gonna load another. I think pop up is gonna show, um, allowing you to connect with like OpenAI or something like that. You'll see right now. But yeah, so I apologize, guys. I have so much authentications. I did not think this through, but hey, I'm just trying to be safe. I'm using protection, So all right, so yeah, so we use the email that we have. You might need to sign in again. In my case, I need to sign in again. Check my email. Okay, check my email real quick. Get that code. Get that code real quick. There it is. Invalid code. Interesting. We got an invalid code already, guys. This is the beauty of technology, right? Things can be going right at once, and then at the end, they're gonna be going right. But it happens, it's normal. It's normal stuff. Oh, look, it's another one. It's a different one. There we go. All right. So yeah, so you allow access to ChatGPT, and I suppose you do the same for Cloud AI. I haven't tried it yet, but I suppose you do the same for that platform as well. So yeah, so we're here. Something went wrong with setting up the connection. Refresh. So yeah, that happens sometimes. Not sure why it happens, but it tends to happen. Connector's not safe. Yeah, but that's good because the MCP server works like that. It'll let you know if it's safe to use or not safe to use. So at this point, right now it's not working. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna manage, delete, right, and we're gonna try again. So let's see over here, settings, connectors, create. I'm gonna go back over here, copy this link. There we go. Um, we can do main again, I guess. Access apps, yeah. Create. Let's try again. And it happens sometimes. I'm not sure why, to be honest, but it does happen. Maybe it could be because I didn't put my authentication code correct once. Could be something like that, right? So let's try again. Hopefully this time we can work some magic. There we go. Email confirmed. That's good. That's a good start. Now we allow access to it. Let it load a bit. Choose the email. Organization selected successfully. And hopefully it works. There. You see, root main is not connected. That's what we wanted. Like I said, sometimes you have technical difficulties, but that's normal part of technology. That's the beauty of it. You learn as you go, and you become better, right? So here you can see all the good stuff that you can do, right? Root create plan, multi-execute, remote bash tools, search tools. All those are going to be checked. And yeah, so you're ready to go. But not so fast. You still have to go over here to more. Developer mode again. Root main, you kick it on. And this is where the magic happens. So let's, for example, say, hey, Chad, can you pull my most recent, let's say, recent emails, please. So let's see. So it's gonna basically there's gonna be if I'm not mistaken two things that are gonna pop up. It's gonna basically like ask you for confirmation because usually that's what it does, right? It asks for confirmation before it does something, right? So that's normal, and usually it's gonna give you an option to allow or deny, right? And you're gonna also have the option to check where you can let it remember it. So you'll see right now, it's really simple, and I think it does it twice sometimes. Sometimes it does it once. It just depends. But yeah, so you see, it's calling the tool. So right now, it's calling the tool here. Um, Once again, it's calling the tool, so it's going through the emails and all that good stuff. And like I said, you don't need to have this open over here like I do. I just have it open because I was trying to get authenticated. But you don't need to. You need to open it. Just the work is done in the root.app and the platform itself. You see. So here, right? Actions come with risks. Right? Actions come with risks. Yeah, you can always learn more, but you'll be fine. Remember, for this conversation, you click confirm. That way, it won't ask you again, I guess, and then you move on to the next step. And then again calling the tool, remember, and then eventually we'll get those emails, right? But yes, so like I said, it's pretty simple to use. It's pretty straightforward. Sometimes you may have technical difficulties like I did right now, but it happens. It's normal. It's part of the game, in technology, in the technology field. So but that's fun. It's fun to mess with it, learn from it, and eventually you could encounter the same issue, and you can always help people fix that issue, right? um, yeah. So here we are. So here are your 5 most recent emails, newest and first, right? So here, the most recent, it gives you the time, date, everything, emails, right? And cool stuff like that, right? So it gives that information. So for example, let's say maybe you want to send an email to somebody, right? You want to send maybe like a sheet, a Google Sheets, let's say a sheet that you want to send it to one of your workers, right? Or somebody else just in general, right? If you know the email, then you get the email. If they're in the contact list, it could actually pull it from your contact list itself. So for example, upon all the emails I've like received and everything, let's say, is there an email that contains the name blog? And if it does, let me know the email addresses. So let's see if it can actually pull that information. So basically, I'm asking it, right, because I have my email. It's my name is Alan, so I want to see if I could actually pull the email from my using my name to actually get the addresses right. That way, basically, it's a way for you to if you forgot the email, you can just ask it right. Hey, pull the most recent email from this person. You remember their first name, but you don't remember the whole email, and it'll actually pull the email right itself. So right now it's calling the tool. We'll wait. It's calling the tool. Go from there. As a matter of fact. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool things you can do here with the Root.app. Like I said, Outlook is there. Um, Slack, you can work with Slack. I think Shopify is here too. So if you ever want to work with Shopify, you can always connect enable the app as well. So it's extracting the email addresses. So right now it's extracting. Um, and to be honest, this really looks familiar, right? When it looks familiar to N8 and right when you do it, So it's pretty simple. It's a simpler version, right? Instead of using N8 and here it pulls all the emails, right? So all the emails here pulls them all. As a matter of fact, your addresses info, yeah, these are my addresses. So here it pulled the email, right? But it actually pulled all of them for some reason. But um, but yeah, so I pulled all the contacts, but the ones with the LAN information are these three. So this is the one that we're gonna use, right? So I'm gonna tell chat, can you um, draft an email for? So we're gonna copy the address for this address, please, with the subject expense and a message saying these are the monthly expenses. So let's draft this email, right? Let's draft it. And we're going to draft it for this email specifically. We're going to go to drafts over here in my own email. I currently don't have any drafts. So we're going to wait for this. Put this over here. And we go from there. So it's considering email draft creation. I wouldn't skip because like I said, you got to let it work. You got to let it flow properly, right? So we'll go from there and just wait. You be patient a bit. I know technology sometimes can take a while. And yeah, so we're gonna check here the drafts, and actually, I think I also have my email pulled here, my personal one. We're gonna actually send an email right to ourselves. That way you can see that it actually works properly as well. So let's call it the tool again. That's what we want. And you see that first time actually it did ask you for the confirmation or the denying for using this platform. And then after that, that's where you click the checkbox. Remember for this conversation, that way it won't ask you again. If you don't click it, it's fine. It will just keep asking you, which is something that it happens. So yeah. So there we go. All set. I created a draft, a subject expense. These are the monthly expenses. Draft ID. Do you want to send it now? So you see here, if we go here to the drafts, it's actually drafted, right? And right there it gives you the message draft. So it's drafted. And then, for example, let's say I have, let's say, since it has access to Google Sheets, right? Because I connected it on the Root.app. Do I have an Excel, sorry, whoops, a Google Sheets named expenses? And if so, um, can you attach it to the draft email, please? So there we go. So we're gonna see if we have a Google Sheets. So it's gonna be pulling from two parties, I suppose. We have the Google Sheets name expenses, and if so, attach it to the draft email. And we're gonna send it off, right? Because that's basically what we're trying to do. You're sending a file, and you can go from there, right? So it can either pull it from Google Drive or you can pull it from Google Sheets. So it's just sometimes it's gonna be a little bit specific to chat, asking it, right? Doing this, doing that. That way it could be easier for it to analyze, right? So right now it's calling the tool. Let's see what tool is calling. Expense, false, exploration, text array. Okay. Attaching Google Sheets. You see, it popped up real quick. It says attaching Google Sheets. So there was one named Google Sheets. So we're gonna see there is using group. False. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So this is the backend, right? This is the backend programming here, developer. In the comment section, can you let me know what all this means right here? Handling email attachment, right? So it's working as it goes, right? It's working as it goes. So That way you don't really have to think about um, pretty much about anything, to be honest. You don't have to really think about writing an email or anything. You can just touch out what to type, and you can go from there, right? Because at the same time, we're using ChatGPT, so you can make a script for it, right? Whatever you want to say, right? You don't have to send it yourself, right? And you can have this open, and you can always just go in there, touch out, hey chat, send an email to this person, or send multiple emails to this person, whatever. I can do a couple of things, right? So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool gig here that we got going on. So it's still calling the tool, multiple tasks, calling tool again. It's calling a lot of tools. But yeah, let's see the draft over here. So it still hasn't attached it, but let's see what it does here shortly. So yeah, it does. It should take a while because I'm making it do multiple tasks at once. So um, we can. Yeah, it does happen. It's normal. Hope you guys enjoying the video. By the way, if you can subscribe, and comment whatever opinions or whatever you have. Right? Maybe you have something in mind that you want to add to this. Maybe something, a cool feature that we can do that maybe I don't know about. Right? Because the possibilities are endless. Right? So um, we can always see from there. Let's call in the tool again. It's calling a lot of tools, for sure. It's calling a lot of tools. I haven't tried this. First of all, I haven't tried this before. I did have tried, pull the expense, and then like sheet, for example, or any sheet in general, and then download it to your computer, and then um, attach it and send it, separately, right? At each and one separate like tasks. But I haven't done this where I do everything. So yes, you have found a Google Sheet name expenses. I export it to Excel and attach your email. Found expenses Google Sheet last modified. New draft created with attachment to Alan Trevino 00 Yahoo.com. What he said. My tools can modify an existing draft in place, so I made a new draft. Okay, so I can't modify the draft, but it made a new draft, right? So that's pretty cool. Because I made a new one, and yeah, so it'll be this one. And let's actually see if the attachment is there. Yes, we can see the attachment is there. That's pretty cool. So now let's moment of truth. Let's send this email. Let's send the email, please. And then it's probably gonna ask you to confirming if it's okay for it to send the email, right? Because that's part of the plan where it's not just gonna send it right away. It's gonna ask first, which is pretty cool, right? Because you don't just want just be sending random emails randomly, right? So it's better if we do that. So yeah, um, so we're almost done here. Let's see, refresh. Start of the refresh. Sense. Let's see. Refresh. I think I saw it already. I just misinterpreted it, I guess. Yeah, so it's here. There we go. It's there. So the error is sent. There we go. Sent. Subject, expense, email ID, right? We go over here. I think this is the email. And yeah, there we go. So we received the email and the other email. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we're gonna cover today, right? It's just basically sending emails because it's something I feel like is useful, right? But there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you can do with this. Like I said, you can update Excel sheets. So basically anything that going back to Rube over here. So basically anything that um let's see, let's go to marketplace. So for example, Gmail, you can do certain things, and then for example, Google Sheets. Let's do everything Google Sheets. You can do, like I said, you can do append dimension, add sheet to spreadsheet, batch, create spreadsheet row, create a row. So you can always add, delete sheet, get table, get list tables in the spreadsheet. So you can do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Update sheet properties, update spreads. So basically, you also got to be, like I said, you got to be specific. So you can't say update this sheet because it's probably gonna um, not read it. For example, you say update sheet properties such as its title, index, visibility, tab color, update spreadsheet properties, tools to update spreadsheet such as title, right? So you probably have to say something different like let's see what can create create a spreadsheet row, right? So create a row, right? And then you add whatever information you want to add to that row, right? Create a spreadsheet column and you whatever you want to add. So you can always do that, right? So it just you have to be specific most of the times, right? You can't just say update because then chat will probably read it as something and it's not gonna get it. So it's better to do so, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As soon as you're done, you can always get off developer mode, and that will automatically shut off. But you also have to kill it from here. Um, yeah, and then this will stay connected. You can always come back to it whenever you like. So you can always turn it on, turn it back on, right? You turn it back on, pretty simple, and then it'll root main will automatically connect, right? But you can be in developer mode and just shut it off. Yeah, and you can do, like I said, a couple tasks here. So whatever you want to do. But yeah, so hope you guys had a good time watching this video, and I hope you learned something from it, and hopefully you can use it for something good and something fun, so you can experiment. Like I said, it's free. You can always mess with it. I think the only thing you might need to pay for is the subscription for ChatGPT to use this, because I haven't tried it on the free version, but that's something to look into, right? Thank you guys, and have a great day, and God bless.